Hey, whoa, what? It's Batsugun. Yeah, okay. This is something. This is a little video about a project that I'm gonna start working on. I don't know if I'll finish it. Probably not. But I could try. So, the deal, is that Batsugun is a game. I, I played it a lot as a kid. I still play it sometimes to this day. I kind of suck at it, but whatever. I still like playing it every now and again. The thing about it though is that the original game was composed on a YM2151 FM synth sound chip. The game was released in arcades in 1993, and then Towerplan went bust the year after, and I don't really feel like going over the intellectual property stuff right now, but Ban Presto ported the game to the Sega Saturn 3 years later in 1996. And the resulting soundtrack, I mean, it has the original soundtrack bass boosted, so it sounds even better than the arcade original did, because the arcade version kind of had the same qualities of like Wolf Team's X68000 games, where they sounded really tinny and thin. So that's good, but the enhanced soundtrack leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. I think it's really thin. It's kind of empty sounding, and I can tell that they're using some sort of Roland synth for it. I recognize a few of the samples. I just think they could have done a much better job with it than they actually did. And I've been making covers of stuff on SoundCloud for a while, with the SC88 Pro, or at least the SCVA VST, because, bloody fucked if I'm paying for a real SC88 Pro module, at least yet. I do intend on getting one day, but for now, like, I don't know, I like the SCVA. It only costed $100. So, this. I'm going to play you a little bit of the soundtrack. Well, actually, first, I'm going to play the original version, to give you an idea of what the original sounds like. So have a listen to this for a sec. Yeah, okay, so you get the idea. But the arranged version on the Saturn port sounds like this. Yeah, so you can hear the difference in the sound. I mean, apart from the different synths being used, it just doesn't sound as full as the arcade original, which is really disappointing, because I reckon there could have been an amazing sounding version of the soundtrack here, but it just sounds so half-assed. The arranged version we got doesn't sound very good. At least in my opinion. I know there are a few people who like it, but I'm not one of those people. So I fucked around in FL Studio for a while and created a cover. And it doesn't sound as good as it could. Mainly it was just to test, and we'll get to that in a minute. It was mainly just to test this little project that I'm doing. So, here's what it sounds like. Yeah, so again, it doesn't sound as good as it could. I'm gonna make some refinements, tweak the mix here and there, and make it sound a little better, maybe replace a couple instruments as well. And I don't even have the song entirely finished either. As you can see, I only have it, most of the way done. I've only got a few bits left to do. But I didn't really care about getting it finished for the moment. I just wanted to test if my little hypothesis that was gonna work. So in this folder we have the Q file, which has all of the, I think it's like the table of contents and the locations of files and things like that on a CD. I could be wrong. Please correct me on that. Feel free to yell at me if I'm wrong on that. But the rest of these, this is the game data over here on track 1, and the rest of this from track 2 onwards is just wave data. This is just raw wave data. Or at least I was unsure of it, because I thought, oh, well, these are just CD audio tracks. They should just be pure wave data. You should just be able to import these, and Audacity should read it just fine. So let's import this as raw data, and as a signed 16-bit PCM stereo 44 kilohertz as per the Redbook CD audio spec. And there you go. It imports. It plays. So this is definitely just wave data. It's just PCM, and that's great, because you'll notice here that I've created a backup file. This is actually the original version that came with the Saturn disc. This is the original version of the arranged level 1 tune. And down here is my unfinished rendition of the soundtrack. I have it, well, I just want to see if these are the same file. Yeah, more identical. I don't actually have it finished. It's the same length as the original file. I just duplicated it and made it the exact same length as the original wave file. You know, just in case it did some kind of length check and wouldn't play properly, you know, just to be on the safe side, to make sure that the game would actually play it properly. So again, these are all just CD audio tracks. So in theory, my replaced track of the enhanced level 1 song should work. And given the way the emulator works, I'm using Mednafen here. It should all just work. So let's test out that hypothesis, shall we? Oh, well, I mean, I've already tested it, but oh man, let me tell you, I was so happy when I got that working. I was not expecting that to work whatsoever. I was just expecting that to either play nothing or noise, or the emulator would crash. I wasn't expecting that to actually work first try. So that's my project. I'm going to be making an arranged version of the entire Batsugun soundtrack from start to finish, because A, I'm bored, and B, because this game soundtrack is awesome, and I reckon it deserves a better arranged version than this. Yeah, that's it. Like I said, I don't know if I'll actually finish this. I might. Depending on what happens, I might not. But it's just a little project for me to work on, and I hope some of you show some sort of interest in it. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening.